Hello everyone. So in our last couple of video we created our server, we connected socket IO to our project, and we also created the functionality of send and receive message between client and server. So in this last video I'm going to created the functionality how to join a room and how to send and receive message of the room. So let's get started. So let's first created the backend functionality to join a room. So I'm writing here socket.on join room, and this is for room features. So join room, and we're going to accept our room ID, and after this I'm going to console message that we're join a room. So I'm just console log this join room and our room ID, so that user can understand that he is connected to a room. And lastly I'm going to join this room with socket.join. So that's it for our backend code to join a room. Let's go to our front end, and when we click on join room button, we want to run a function. So let's write this again. Let me write this first. When we click on this join room button, then we want to run a function that is join room. Let's write this functionality of join room function. So we want to emit our room ID to this join room parameter we created later we previous created in our backend join room, and we want to provide this room ID because in backend we are accepting this room ID. Okay. Okay, let me here clear things. If we don't provide any room ID, then we console that enter a room ID or something like that. And if anybody provide this room ID, then we are going to join a room. So here you can see we join with room ID and without room ID. Our console is printing successfully, and our join room functionality is successfully created. Let's send message from room to server. So to receive this message to a room, we are giving here a parameter send private message, and we are going to accept our message and username and room ID. Remember this sequence: message, room ID, and name. We're going to accept this from front end, and then we are going to send this message to this specific room ID. So I'm going to emit this in this room ID. So I'm writing here io.to room ID dot emit with received private message parameter, and the sequence is name message. We're sending name first and then message. This is for our send and receive message private, and this is our private message to a specific room. So let's write code for front end. So when we send this message, um, we are going to check if there is any room ID as exist here, any room ID here. If there is no room ID exist in this, then we are going to just emit this on server, but if there is any room ID, then we are going to send this message in the send private message parameter, and we are going to send our message room ID and name. So here our message and our room ID and sender name. Here you can see. So we are providing message room ID name in this send private message parameter, and then I'm going to null our message variable. So how to receive this message? How to receive this private message? So we don't need to write this anymore because we don't accepting any private message. We are going to accept only our private message to our room. So this is the functionality received message, received private message, our parameter, and we are going to receive our name and message. We don't need room ID to accept this. We don't need to print this. We only need message and room ID. And when we receive message and name, we're going to say set this name and message value in a new variable. I'm writing here, I'm created a new variable called received message, received name, and for message I'm writing here received message. And I'm going to set this received name to the value of name that we accepted here, and also we're going to store our previous value of this message, and also previous name of our name in, so that we don't lose any data without refreshing. So with this we are going to store our previous and new every data in this variable receive name and receive message. So now what we have to do, here you can see our received message and received name are two array, and we need to print this array according to their index. So we can apply let me first console this, that what actually inside in received message and received uh, name variable. Let me show you. So go to inspect and console. If we join a room with username, here you can see we are receiving here it shows two array. One is message array and one is name array. Here you can see, and our message and name value is stored in this array. So we need to print this according to their index. So name index, name 0 index, and name message 0 index, name first index and message first index in this way. So we have to print this. So let me first take a look that everything is working fine or not. If we join a room with a room ID, and if we try to send a message, here you can see we accept this message. So everything is working fine. Let me check that let me check if we're receiving any message outside the room. Here you can see hello again, but we are not receiving any message here because this is different room. So every functionality is working. We have to just now print our message and name and message according to their index. Here I am writing this function. I am mapping I'm mapping here name and message array at a time, and I'm going to print them. You just copy this code. I think you can understand. I am mapping two array at a time here. I find this solution in ChatGPT. You can ask ChatGPT how to uh, map two array at a time. So let me check this. It's working or not. So here you can see I'm joining 123 room, and if I send a message here. Here you can see we are receiving message with username. So that's the end of our playlist, and that's the last video of this playlist. I think you can understand everything, and if you have any question you can ask me in comment section. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel and also like the like this video. And I'm new in YouTube, please don't forget to support me. Thank you everyone. See you in the next video.